Hey guys, this is Patrick with NerdGlow, here to talk to you today about a game called Hotline Miami, which will be part of my series of budget PC games for the holidays. Games that you should be able to buy at a fairly cheap price, that are also games that will run quite well on a laptop or any low-end PC, something that you won't really have to worry about the graphical capabilities of your computer, that sort of thing. So we're talking about Hotline Miami. This is a really cool game, really simplistic in a way, kind of harkens back to retro games of the 90s. Whether it's due to the aesthetic of the late 80s vibe that's presented in the game, or it's the gameplay itself, or the sprite look of the game, I don't know, but it has a really cool retro vibe, as you can see in the gameplay. The control scheme of the game is really simple. Again, it's just you move with the arrow keys, you shoot with the mouse, and the objective of the game is pretty simple too, albeit disturbing. You're a hitman working in Miami. You get assignments called into you on your home phone, which is how every mission starts. You wake up in your dingy apartment, you see the date and time of the current setting of Miami. You go over to your phone, you get a little dialogue box that again harkens back to Super Nintendo style dialogue, where you see the little phone or character in the corner and then the font below displaying whatever's being communicated. You get set up with some sort of vague objective saying, hey, go clean this place up, blah blah blah, but what they're really saying is go massacre this entire building full of people, and you go do that. Like I said before, the controls are really simplistic, but that just makes the difficulty of this game a bit more excusable. It's not a forgiving game. It's very much a if you screw it up, if you get shot down, which promise me you'll get killed many times in this game because it's a one-hit kill sort of situation. If that happens, you're the person to blame because the controls are spot on. The enemies get killed in one hit as well, but maybe they're just a bit quicker than you, they're a bit more accurate than you. Most times they are. So the game is really a method of trial and error. It's all about figuring out your rhythm and your strategy going into each level, which is just a different house or hotel or whatever filled with different baddies that you have to dispose of or dispatch of in whichever way works best for you. The game gives you an open approach to every single situation. From the get-go, you get out of your 80s DeLorean looking car and you're immediately tasked with choosing what mask you're going to wear as a psycho killer. You get a big catalog of masks unlocked as you progress through the game. Each mask is a different animal's head, and each mask provides a different perk for your character. So there are perks like walking faster, having better melee attacks, having more ammo, and there's a mask that stops dogs from attacking you, which is one of my favorites because the dogs in this game are a real bitch. That's a pretty horrible joke. I apologize. So you choose your mask, you move forward, and then you keep getting killed until you finally figure out how to complete the level. At the end of the level, your points are tallied up from your style in which you executed the mission and the ways that you took out your foes. So you can maybe be really cautious and hide behind different corners and wait until the exact right time to strike, or you can just sprint in and just start going guns blazing, throwing different things at different people, like something out of an action scene. That typically doesn't work very well, but when it does work well, you feel like a total badass. And those points that tally up, they unlock new weapons, new masks that you can use in later levels, and you're also given a grade of how well you did on the levels. I tend to be a C average student of mass killings in this game, so I'm not very good, but I care more about my stress levels than I do about my points that I get in this game. But the option's there, obviously, for people to go back and replay the levels until they get that A+ rating they really feel like they deserve. Who knows how long it'll take? Probably a long time, but luckily the game is fun and addictive enough to keep people coming back and playing it. Now, aside from the gameplay, which is a great part of the game, obviously, I was also a big fan of the soundtrack of the game. The soundtrack is compiled of artists who do electronic, again, 80s sounding music, and that music really comes to help out when you're playing these levels because it's the perfect sort of music to get you in the right headspace to sort of get your rhythm down and know how to progress and focus and blah blah blah. It also aids the 80s aesthetic, and it also aids the trippy aesthetic that the game uses throughout. It's a game that likes to use harsh neon colors and weird abstract effects that harken back to static 90s and 80s television sets, weird things like that. So yeah, this is Hotline Miami. It's a pretty great game. If you're into pretty simple top-down games, simple in the sense of how they control, then this might be a game for you. If you liked games like Smash TV or other arcade games like that back in the day, this could be a good game for you. If you're not into violence, if you cringe at violence easily, this is probably not a game for you. This is a game that revels in violence. This is a game that shows you every bit of violence. And at times while playing this game, I would take out the enemies and be sort of taken aback by the ways in which my character took them out, whether it was smashing their head against the floor until it shattered, or blowing them apart with a shotgun, or smacking them with a pipe. There's never a very clean way of killing anybody in this game, and you don't particularly like the character that you play as. He seems like a monster because he is a monster. So aside from all of that moral commentary, this game is fun, it's fast, and it's a good thing to just sort of pop on if you're looking for a sort of distraction that you can pop on and pop off whenever. So again, this is Hotline Miami. You can probably get it for about $2.50, maybe $5, but I'm sure that the Steam sale is coming up in the next month or so. We'll probably have this one on sale. So check it out if you're interested. If you're a fan of movies like Drive or any other 80s action flicks, this might be a game for you. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. I plan to upload some more in the future, once again, about other games that are fairly cheap, fairly graphically inexpensive. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Games that your computer can run, games your laptops can run. And so keep your eyes on the NerdGlow channel for more content in that vein. Thanks again for watching, guys. This has been Patrick with NerdGlow.